So many years ago, around 1987, I came out with an invention. The name is Fire Selector System. That applies for a famous handgun pistol. It's named Glock. I created my invention always looking forward for the future to help military, to help SWAT teams, to help like a tool. I think this is my words of commitment that I am looking forward to help and to cooperate with a solution.
The inventor of the Glock switch claims that he regrets his creation. Wouldn't that be the same thing as box cutter manufacturers regretting their creation because of what happened on 9/11? Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. If you like channel, like content, what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. Connecticut residents, the time has passed, basically, for you to get your permit done or get the training done without the new training addendum being added on. So please be vigilant when you go out and get your paperwork done and your training done. Make sure it complies with the state. If you have your permit, watch the expiration date. Don't let it expire. There's a link to the online renewal portal for the state of Connecticut for permits in the description box. Keep an eye on that. Let's talk about this. And this is a fascinating article that I came across. The Jorge Leon, who is the inventor of the Glock switch, has now come out and said that he regrets making it. I find that to be, I have a couple of angles I want to come in on this. He states this because of the carnage that has been caused, and allegedly at the hands of his creation. I say that even without his creation, this carnage would be happening anyway. So I don't know why he's putting this all on himself. But like I said, I have a couple of angles I want to go down the road on with this. But I'm going to bring you into here. I feel terrified. Inventor of Glock switch regrets creation. When Jorge Leon invented, at the age of 22, a small device that turns Glock pistols into fully automatic weapons, he said he intended it to be used for the good of society to help the military and police in his native country of Venezuela. Now, let's just back up a little bit. Every creation has positive and negative outcomes. The internet has positive connotations, positive things, and it also has negative things. Everything we create has positive and negative. Does the good outweigh the evil? But for 26 years after being granted a U.S. patent for his fire selector system, U.S. law enforcement officials say his creation is flooding the streets of American cities with these outlawed machine guns, and many have fallen into the hands of teenage criminals, indiscriminately using them to wreak havoc on communities both large and small. Now, is this a problem with his creation, or is this a problem with criminals? If we didn't have this criminal element running buck wild through the streets, getting very little punishment for what they do, would his invention be even pivotal to this problem? No, it wouldn't. But, quote, after seeing and reading about all those deaths, those unnecessary deaths of youngsters or police officers or broken families, I don't feel nice about it. I don't feel good, Leon, now 59, told ABC News. I regret filing that patent because my technology, which was well protected at the time, is free for everybody. Leon said that soon after his U.S. patent expired in 2016, he no longer had legal recourse to stop unscrupulous developers from taking his intricate drawings and detailed explanations of how his invention works and manufacturing them for the black markets as so-called auto sears or Glock switches, and illegally selling them on the internet for as little as $20. Quote, I felt very bad. Sure, I felt very bad because I created my invention. Was I always looking for the future to help the military, to help SWAT teams, to help like a tool, said Leon. Now he invents surgical equipment. Now, let me tell you, Mr. Leon, let me put it to you this way. Your invention has nothing to do with the carnage that's happening in the streets. I'm sorry. If your invention didn't exist, we will still have this carnage going on in the streets. The number of deaths that are increasing has nothing to do with his invention. The number of deaths is due to the fact that we have a cultural problem that we are ignoring and keep blaming the implement and not those behind the implement. That's the problem. But in numerous shootings that erupted this year, police said Glock pistols fitted with auto sear devices have dramatically increased the number of people killed or injured. I want to come down to here. In a recent interview with ABC News, Martin Collins Jr. said his 19-year-old son, Marcia, was one of 4 people killed in a shooting that erupted at a Sweet 16 birthday party in Dadeville, Alabama on April 15, 2023, in which, according to police, a Glock with the auto sear was used. Another 32 people were wounded in the shooting, and police collected 89 cases at the scene. It's the worst invention in American history. In world history, Collins called Leon's device. But who cares about the device? Guess what? If the person who is a scumbag had not pulled that trigger, none of this would be an issue. It has nothing to do with his device or even the firearm. It has to do with the person pulling the trigger. And these people live and die on the hill of, if guns didn't exist, we wouldn't have violence. And it's absolutely idiotic. But, quote, I tell every congressman, congresswoman, senator, state representative, local representatives, until you walk into a funeral home and see your 19-year-old son wrapped in plastic from the morgue and knowing what they did to him, you will never understand, Collins said. Because a girl who gets raped by 2 illegal migrants and strangled to death, that's not as hurtful. A person who gets stabbed to death because they turn on a prom date, that's not as hurtful. A person who gets run over at a Christmas parade by an SUV, no. You have to be shot. That's the worst that can happen to you. But Collins said, but I live with that every day because I went to see what they did to my son. Because being shot is the pinnacle of violence. But I'm going to come down to here, and this is going to cap what I've been saying the whole time, or put a seal on it if you want. Listen to these events. On March 6, 8 teenagers, 15 to 17, were shot at a Philadelphia SEPTA bus by 3 masked gunmen who opened fire, spraying more than 30 shots in a matter of seconds, according to the Philadelphia Police Department. One of the guns seized at the crime scene was a Glock 22, pistol with an auto sear, and laser sights. 5 suspects ranging in age from 15 to 19 were arrested and charged in the shooting. On April 20th, 2 people were killed and 7 injured at a block party in Memphis, Tennessee, when multiple people pulled out guns, including at least one fitted with an auto sear, and opened fire, according to Memphis Police Department. On April 12, 2024, Memphis police officer Joseph McKinney was killed and 2 other officers were wounded in a firefight that erupted when they responded to a suspicious vehicle call. They were confronted by 2 teenagers in the car, one armed with a handgun modified with an auto sear. According to the Memphis Police Department, an 18-year-old suspect was killed and a 17-year-old accomplice was wounded. On April 11, 2024, a 14-year-old boy was arrested in Columbia, South Carolina, and charged with murder in the fatal shooting of a 16-year-old boy and his father during a robbery, according to Columbus Police Department. Police said the young suspect, who shot himself in the leg during the incident, was armed with a pistol, illegal modified with an auto sear. What is the common theme in every one of those situations? It's not the Glock with the auto sear. It's teenagers running around with firearms. That's the problem. You got these kids from 14 to 9. Well, after 18, you're an adult. But you have these teenagers running around with illegal firearms. That's the problem. It's not this man and his invention. It's not the fact that these scumbags are making these things on 3D printers and selling them for $20 each. That's not the problem. It's such, you keep saying it, I get so frustrated saying it. This is a cultural problem that we're not addressing. And every single time these things happen, they always say, oh, we just need to spend more money on resources. Resources are not going to change a cultural issue. I'm going to go ahead and come out of that. Now, as I said in the beginning, there's a couple of angles here with this. Mr. Leon may be coming out and saying this because he may be afraid that people may start coming after him with lawsuits over the use of his invention in a nefarious manner, as he is seeing, as we all see, gun manufacturers being, quite honestly, wrongfully targeted for when somebody uses that product in a nefarious manner. That may be part of his motivation. And then again, he may be absolutely sincere, and who knows? It could be a mixture of both. But I'm gonna tell him to his face, you are not responsible for this. Okay? Your invention has nothing to do with the fact that some people are just heartless and it's getting worse and worse. We are an immoral society and we are reaping the benefits of that. This is the end result. This immorality of this society is just gaining speed as we go. You know, the snowball effect down the hill. And this is the result. You got kids out there shooting other people. It has nothing to do with your invention, because if your invention didn't exist, this carnage would still be happening. With or without a Glock switch. So until we start addressing the actual problem, this carnage is going to continue whether your device existed or not. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence, the statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.